Hey. Now, 1 second. I'm trying to find all my stuff. I don't know why. I always think there's 30 days in May, and then I have to say the stupid saying 30 days have September, April, June, and November, and then I remember. I'm trying to think of what to call that, this pop up. I would say this is a rotating 3D pop up star card. That sounds good. Yeah, I think that will work. Yepers. Okay, yeah. Hello, Facebook and YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not on Facebook. Why am I not on Facebook? What is this? Okay, now I am. Okie dokie. All right. So, all right. If anybody comes in, like, an hour from now wanting to know how to do something, they'll have to be referred to my YouTube channel where this live will be posted, because I don't want to backpedal. That's not fair to anybody else who is here from the beginning. They can just rewatch it. Put my foot down. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. All right, I found my other stickers. Oh, there's eyeballs. I think these are just like little vinyl, decals. Oh, I like that one. This, Let the Wild Rumpus Start, or the other thing, that's stuff that will be added on there. So let me put that to the side. Okay, so I'm still waiting on a shipment of washi tapes to come in. And I have other ones being made at the moment, and I'm working on other ones also. I almost got 5 more done. So yay. And the other ones are still in my Etsy shop. Well, what little is left of them. And I won't be restocking them. So if you want my washi tapes and you're like, oh, well, they'll always be there, I'll get them. No, they won't. I will not restock. I will move forward. So, yeah. And it's pretty easy. Wait a minute, do you have like a pull cord one? Because that's the kind we have, and I freaking hate that crap. I feel like an invalid who can't like pull it out. And then when I do finally get it, I figure out that it's just running off of fumes and it has no gas in it. So then I'm like, forget this, I ain't doing it. So yeah. All right, Wild Things book. This is the one that I'm working on lives. I'm working on other books because I got to clean out my shelf here. That's why I'm making so many books here lately. I'm finally making all the books that I've been wanting to make. And I got too tied up doing Stamperia projects and stuff to make them. So now I am. Yay. All right, let me move this. So we're going to make, I think I'm saying this right, is Wild Rumpus, which sounds weird. But we're making the Wild Things Wild Rumpus, like dance scene, whatever you want to call it. So that's what we're doing. So this is my template. I have a whole box of inserts that I use as templates, you know, and stuff. And I think I'm going to make it just this size. I have like 4 of these in the box in 4 different sizes. But this one's the easiest one because it's big. And I think it will work the best. And that way all the little, what's it called? These little ephemera things like this, you know, and everything where they're doing their little whatever dancing thing, well, they actually will fit on that size a lot better. I hadn't checked it before now, but yeah, that's a good size. So that's what we're gonna do. The last one I did, I ain't getting it, it's all the way up on the shelf, was the one with the Nutcracker suite, and it spun around and there was ballerinas. So this is what we're doing. So I'm calling this the Wild Rumpus rotating 3D pop-up star card. So that's what this is we're doing. All right, so I have this poking out too, but we're not going to do it that way. So what I did, I had to dig into my handy dandy notebook here where I keep all my secrets. I have so many secrets in this book of mine, and you know, designs and all that stuff. So this one, oh yeah, okay, so as cause 3D. Now I have other notes on here. So if you take a screenshot of this and then you try to make it, there's like 3 different measurements on here because I had 3 different projects on here. I get this, and this is for me, so you'll have to be patient with me because I have to remember which one goes where. So what I did ahead of time was I pre-cut everything. So that way I knew which one I was working with. Okay. But I also ran out of time because this is a very lengthy directions, and I'm visual. So I write myself pictures because if I sit there and I write myself notes, then I can't remember what the heck the note was for. So yeah. So this is, oh, that's my card flip. Like I said, I write a lot of notes on here. I'm sorry, I do this. I come from a family of engineers. Just trust me on this. I'm like the only paper type engineer in my family, which is a real thing, by the way. So if you have circle punches, they come in handy here, or a circle cutter. And when I'm talking about a circle cutter, where the heck did I put that thing? It's the We Are Memory Keeper circle cutter. It cuts all kinds of circle sizes, all the way up to like I think 9 inches, which is great for something like this. But if you don't have one, if like I didn't have anything to cut out a circle, the first thing I would be doing is I would be starting to grab stuff to use as circles, because that's how I am. And I don't really like to do measuring because I'm resourceful with that. So I know that's not the greatest explanation for everybody. Sorry. But that's just how my mind works, because I hate getting up and trying to go find something. And oh, you can also get a compass, which I have somewhere. Oh, yeah, I remember. Wait a minute. I stuck it in here. Oh, I need one of these too. You're going to need a scorer. Let me see. So if you got a compass is going to work the best probably, because this is various size circles. And I have one. There it is. This is a compass for those who don't know. And don't get a plastic one. Okay? Plastic ones suck. Get one like this, because it works better. I know they have like the fancy little measuring. No. These are the go-to. So that's kind of like what you want. Now, I have all kinds of fancy rulers and stuff like that, but I also read metric system, and that's mostly what stuff like this is. And other little thingies. So what I did was I kind of pre-cut some of the stuff that I need. All right, and it's all kind of in here. And I told you it's a madhouse. So we're going to go over it step by step. So that's why I said if somebody joins in like 30 minutes from now and they're wanting me to start over, heck no, I'm not doing that. Go to my YouTube channel. I need YouTube subscribers, so go there. And this is automatically posted there. You can watch it from there now. I have people watching it from there now. And on Facebook, but it won't stay on Facebook. They delete them after a while, and I'm not re-downloading them because it takes up too much space in my phone. So, compass, ruler, one of these little scoring things you can get from the Dollar Tree, and scissors. You need glue, of course. I'm trying to think of what else. And a bit of imagination. So let's get started, shall we? I know I'm a freak when it comes to pop-ups. I can visualize something, and if I want it to move a certain way, I just make it happen. People who've been on my lives for a long time know that if I have an idea for a pop-up and I haven't done it yet, that I will figure it out one way or another. What's a protector? What do you mean protector? A protractor? Is that it? This is a compass. A protractor is the half circle ruler. This one's not, though. This one's just a circle one. I have one somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Now you got me questioning things. I'm a homeschool mom, so I know I know some things, but I do get them mixed up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure protractor is the ruler thing. Okay, so the size, I'm sorry, I don't know though. Now you got me thinking I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is compass, because in the day they used to use like, and if you don't have a compass, you can make your own. And what you do is you have like a pencil or like a stick, you tie a rope around it, and on the other end you hook a pencil to it. And you can use a ruler like to measure out, like if it has a radius of like 3 inches, you would measure out 3 inches, which would mean it would have a diameter of 6 inches. And then you would draw the circumference with the pencil around that. Make sense? So yeah, That's a homemade compass. So it works like an actual compass, you know, like a navigational one. And what was I saying? Okay, let's start with the measurements. Okay. I've been a homeschool teacher for over 20 years. So, and before that, I was a med student. So, so I remember some stuff, but I do get them mixed up. So if I'm mixing something up or you want clarification, just ask me. So what I'm gonna do, okay, so I'm gonna give you the measurements here. And these are the measurements that we're doing for today. So kind of ignore my notes here. And there will be other stuff that we need later on, but I don't like to give all the measurements and paper measurements all at once because then I'm going to lose them on my desk. So we're going to do it little by little. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the card. Okay, this is the card insert that this is going to go into. All right, and it is 26.5 centimeters by 19 centimeters, or it is 10 and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/16, 10 and 7/16 by 7.5 inches. Yeah. Okay, so that's what this card is. And all you're going to do is just fold it in half. Okay, so this is going to be your card. The thing's going to go like over here, you know, and all that good stuff. I will probably put something extra here on the outside or the inside to kind of thicken it up because this is kind of flimsy. And if you see me doing stuff with black paper, all this is super thick black cardstock. These are the greatest things ever to make inserts with and keep them as a template. Okay, I always encourage people, make a template first out of plain paper, not computer paper, but actual like cardstock. You know, that this is probably like 80-pound cardstock. And you can get it on Amazon, and I think I have them linked in my journal supplies list. And keep you a template right on the back of it, what the template is, when you did it, where you got it from, you know, like the website or whatever, or mine, and then you can go back for it. So that's one thing that I do encourage you to do. Okay. So first things first, this is 10 and 7/16 by 7.5 inches. That's your card. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it over here so he doesn't get lost. Okay. Then next, we need 5 backgrounds and liners. I don't know the official name for any of this. I'm making it up. Okay, so the backgrounds and liners. The background is going to be this part right here. This is the background. The liner is the decorative part. I did that on purpose so that way I knew which was which. Okay, so for the background part, which I am making black, we need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 4 inches. That's what size these are. And then what we're going to do with this is all we're going to do is fold them in half. That's it. And also when you cut it, you kind of get a little lip on everything when you cut it, or, you know, fold it that way. It just makes it a little bit neater and easier. So these are 5 6 by 4 black cardstock pieces. If you have like a lighter book that you're doing, you could use white. But this is the part that's not really the important part. This is the structure part. So you want something that's kind of thick. You need a good foundation for stuff. If you don't have a good foundation, your project will crumble. And we don't want that. So yes, 6 by 4, 5 of these. Thick cardstock. And you're just going to fold them in half. You guys good so far? Clear as mud? My kids always said yes when I was trying to show them something. All right, now we have our decorative, the liners, okay? Now the liners here, this is going to be a little tricky. We have to have 5 of those also, and they are going to be 5.5 by 4 inches. So same width, 4 inches by 5.5. Okay, now what we're going to do with this is the part that I want shown. So whatever part you want shown, flip it over and make it the back, because we're going to be doing things to this and we don't want that seen. Oh, here, let me move these out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do to this is, this is 5.5 inches this way, and I'm going to mark 1/4 of an inch from each side here. And then what I'm going to do, actually no, I am going to do it this way. I really don't want to draw on that side. Let me, hang on, let me think. Because I want to make it pretty so it's not like that. Okay, yeah, we'll do it this way. This will work. What do I do with my pencil? Did I even bring my pencil over here? Hang on. I just had my mechanical pencil somewhere. All right, hang on. Let me go grab my pencil. I think I left it on the bed. 5.5. No, 5.5. The liners are 5.5 by 4. The backgrounds are 6 by 4. All right, let me grab my pencil. Oh, there it is. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 1/4 of an inch from each side on the top and the bottom. Like I said, some of these inserts that I do when I'm not like trying to teach somebody else to do it, they could take me a while, because usually once you make them, you got to decorate them and stuff too. 1/4 of an inch each side. Draw a line down. This, hold on one second. I'm thinking it's not 1/4 of an inch. I don't know why I put 1/4 of an inch. Hold on. Because to me, it looks like 1/2 inch. Let me see why I wrote that real quick, because I don't want to give you guys the wrong thing. Because I got, like I said, I got 3 different measurements here. And, oh, okay, I see what I did. It's 1/2 inch. Sorry, 1/2 inch. So that should make this, let's see, so we go here. It may be 1/4 of an inch. Maybe I did that one wrong. Okay, hang on a second. So let's do this first. We're going to take it and we're going to fold it in half like this. But I'm pretty sure this one is 1/4 of an inch. I got to rewrite these for different sizes, I swear. Let me see this. going to test it out here and see if I want it. So if I do it like this is the part that's going to be folding over like that. So then when it comes open, yeah, okay, we'll do it like this then. 1/4 of an inch. We're good. I have folded cardstock installed. Yep, I know. Yeah, so I think I just changed this, or this is the one that I want to do instead. Yeah. So we're going to mark it 1/4 of an inch from each side. We're sticking with it. Now, what we're going to do is those lines that we just did, 1/4 of an inch from each side, fold it in the middle where your decorative side is like this, because this is the side that's showing. Okay. This side right here, we're going to fold it, and this is what is going to attach to these things. Okay, so we're going to get our handy little scorer here. And I'm just going to lightly score this line just so I know where to bend it. And don't worry, we got to do this 5 more times, so we'll know it by then. So we're just going to fold it over like this. Fold it over like this. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what we're doing all the way through with this, and then we're going to do it 4 more times. Okay. So here we got our little bent stuff right here. Now, I'm going to flip my page. Okay. What we are going to do is all these little bend spots right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to kind of score it out or notch it, if you will. And I'm going to show you how you do that. Okay, so you got like the crap all over your scissors. Hold on a minute. Let me get another pair. Let's see what I bought here. Okay. So we have our little line right here. You're just going to kind of make an angle like this to the line and to the line like that. So it's like a little triangle. That's all you need to do. Little triangle. I swear this camera takes me out. See, like that. So that's what you're going to do right there. And then, and they don't have to be perfect. You know, just make it as neat as possible. Like that. And then like that. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing while my husband does craziness behind me. Like that.
You love me.
And then
we have a very disappointed little girl.
Why?
Because they did not put strawberry cake pops.
They didn't have any.
Well, she didn't know that, and neither did I.
Well, nobody asked.
How would they know?
They were out. So it's going to look like this when it's all set. Ooh.
There's 2 of them in here. Is one of those for somebody else?
Did you give one to Ruby?
Yeah.
No, they're mine.
Okay. Just asking if one was meant for Ella or something.
No. Oh, good. They put a stopper in. Hang on a second. Here, can you take this?
We're going to go outside and work for a little while.
Okay. Can you close the door?
Will do.
Thank you. Kiss, kiss. All right. So now we got to do it 4 more times. Everybody got that? Yeah, it's like a sewing notch. There you go. Okay, so there's one. All right, take it, and you're going to fold it in half. Remember, these cards are 5 1/2. And if you need to, you can draw a line through the middle too to help, you know, with the notching. Okay, so we're doing 1/4 inch from each side. Turn it over. I guess I could have done 4 of these. That way I didn't have to do it. But, you know, practice makes perfect, right? And we're just going to draw the line. And then we're going to score it. Like that. Now, before you bend it, you can always do your little notches beforehand. Like that. And then fold over. So this is part of the star card, the part that pops up. This is usually how I work. I work in batches and do everything kind of at once. I thought I heard somebody come in here. I thought it was Ruby trying to steal one of my cake pops. No, she just had one. Everybody always says that. See, wait a minute. You know what? I could check it here in a second. Let me see. Is it a boom kind of sound? That may be because I have another camera right here. Echo. Stop. No, I kind of, is that what you're talking about? You're hearing that? Is the boom kind of thing? I only hear it if it's like, no, not my voice, but it's like a humming noise. I only hear it if I turn my volume super, super high up. That's the only time I do. You know what? I do hear it. You know what it is? I think it may be my air conditioner. Oh, is it? It may be my air conditioner. It's right above my head. And it's above my bedroom. Well, the upstairs one is. The, the second part of it, whatever that thing is, the compressor thing, condenser maybe, I don't know. But now that's all I can hear it now. And I couldn't hear it before, but I can hear it myself. So I thought it was like my cameras being together, but I don't think it is. I think it's something in my house. It's a ghost in the attic. I think that's what it is. But I'm also like super deaf. So yeah. It probably is. I can hear it now. I'll ask I'll ask Jeremy later. What is that? See, I don't pay attention to it. That's probably why I don't wear my hearing aids very often. It's because of that. And so that's probably why I don't hear it, or I don't notice it, I should say. Now that's my printer doing its thing. It's like waking up. I don't know why that does that. That's kind of weird. Anybody else's printer just sit there and just come out of hibernation and it's like, hey, what's up? I'm still here. I don't know. Echo. Play dance updated playlist on shuffle. Echo. Echo. Play dance updated playlist. All right. I'll try to drown it out a little bit. Maybe that will help. And sometimes I gotta turn it down a little bit so I don't get nabbed on YouTube. Oh, I don't have any Google stuff. We Alexa people here. Oh my gosh, speaking of which, let me see. I got to catch up on my gossip from Tuesday. Let's see. We talked about the Lilo and Stitch movie last time. So disappointing. Oh, I saw a post on TikTok that scared the bejesus out of me about women who were just like in their 40s and going through perimenopause and their symptoms that nobody told them about. And it really freaked me out because I'm like going to be 43 and I don't have any of that stuff. But I'm also a freak of nature, apparently, because I didn't start my period until after I had my first daughter, which is weird, I know. But actually, there's a lot of people like me, and I didn't realize how common it was. you know. So, which means I'm probably not going to go through menopause until I'm like 65. I was 23 when I had my daughter. So that kind of sucks. But like brain fog was one. I was like, man, if I had brain fog, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. None of this stuff. My brain goes 100 miles an hour all the time. I have to take medication to calm that stuff down. The only time I've ever had brain fog is from like taking I think the last time I can remember is when I had to get a shot for migraines. But I also slept for 2 days. So I felt hungover mostly. You know what I mean? But other than that, what was the other one? Bladder leakage. Never had that issue. Unless my husband's been poking around. I know that's TMI, but... And that only lasts for like a day. But, oh, and then there was another weird post that also scared me half to death. I've got 4 kids, too. Like, I don't sneeze and pee on myself or anything like that, but I also have 4 C-sections. I got other issues. I have so much scar tissue on my gut that it's insane. I can't feel anything from the belly button down anymore. That doesn't even exist. Is that the last one? Did I do them all? No, I didn't. Is it this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one's number 5. And, but like women, when things, I saw a post was things that nobody ever told women after they give birth. Okay. And this is like, I guess, normal birth, out the other way. And it was like them smelling like a corpse. Their body odor smelling like a corpse. What the heck? I'm sorry, I've never heard of that. I never had that kind of issue. I need explanations and I need to understand why. I mean, is it a hormone thing? Is it like a genetic thing? Are you guys half zombie? I don't understand. But that is like really, really weird. But going back to the perimenopause thing, and a lot of these women were like just turned 40 and we're having all these issues. Can't sleep, night sweats. It's like they already went through menopause. Not, pre-menopause. I know, isn't that weird? The things you learn on TikTok. I will die on that grave that TikTok has taught me so much stuff, a lot of stuff I didn't want to know, but I do now, so I'm spreading the wealth of information to others. But I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Now I will say people share too much of their own personal stuff on there and issues they are having. But maybe they're just trying to get answers, and this would be a good place for it. And you may educate somebody else in the meantime. I don't know. I kind of like I sleep like a teenager. Like I could sleep all day. If I don't have an alarm or something to wake me up, I just sleep and I go to dreamland. And I feel like I'm like, boom, I can do it all over again. But I also stay up late though. I don't have night sweats. I'm always freezing cold. My husband's like a heater, so I don't ever have to. I'm like, let me put my cold feet on you. Like, I wear sweaters in the summertime. I guess. I don't know, but, Only thing I would warn people about is if you're going to have a C-section, they massage your uterus afterwards, and you will have built up anger that you never had inside for the nurse who does it. Just fair warning. I folded these the wrong way, but like the first one, so we fold it in half this way, then we mark the 1/4 of an inch from both sides, and then we notch them right here. It's kind of like what Angela said, you do it in sewing. You know how you make notches so you can fold over the fabric. And we have 5 of these. Okay, these are the liners. And then these are the backgrounds that we folded for a little star card. So now what we do is we're going to glue them. Okay, and I think I'm going to use, now I'll just use this. Now I just filled up my glue. So if it comes out like a volcano, a little bit, it is a little bit. It's because of pressure, and I never ever remember to take the cap off. I've been using a lot of glue here lately. Hang on a second. My garbage can is all the way downtown over here. Okay. You're ridiculous. So dramatic. Usually, I figured out a trick for this. If your glue is doing that, take like a needle or something and poke it down in the little hole, and it helps get that like air bubble thing that's in there that's pushing it up out of there. Because until that bubble is extinguished, it's going to keep on coming out. There we go. Oh, my go-to glue that is the best for all around is Crafters Pick Ultimate. And I actually sell it in my Etsy shop now, so I can have a supply on hand. It looks like this right here. It does everything. I use this when I'm making books because PVA glue sucks and comes unstuck. I only use beacons like for maybe the inside of my liners of books just to feel like I'm using it, but I would never use beacons for like the structure of a book. I won't do it. I've tried it. Don't like it. The smell is horrendous. It's acetone. It's very bad for you. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our little cards and our little flaps. We're just going to put some little glue. Pull this a little bit. Right here. And these are going to be stuck to the, and this doesn't leak out. Like I could leave it. See, it's not going to come out once you get your air bubble out. Going to go like this. Right here on the edge. And then you just use like a bone fold or whatever you got handy. I don't know what happened to my bone folds. I was using them yesterday. Wait a minute. I was using them yesterday. I think I may have actually put them back. Oh, I did. All right, there we go. So it's going to look like this. This is the sideways view, liner, and background card. Okay, so then when they're all hooked together and they open, they'll be open like this. So now we have a big, huge area we can put something on. And so that's the way it's going to look. So So we're going to do that for each of these. My husband and I also watched a movie last night. What the heck was it? The World Left Behind. It's on Netflix and it's not bad. I got it. Husband didn't like it. I understood the premise, but I don't want to give it away. It's not bad. But he couldn't stand Julia Roberts' character in it. He said she was being a hysterical woman. And I said, what? I said, if her husband wasn't so pansy-fied and actually would step up and be a dude, I mean, he's letting strangers like in their house, and I would be freaking out too. Yeah, watch it. Yes, I've heard that about Fabri-Tac and 3-in-1. They do eventually come apart. Although I haven't had any issues with it, like on like little stuff, like if it's like paper on paper, stuff like that. But like with the structure of books, I trust Crafters Pick. I actually just got some Crafters Pick in too. That's when that like when we suppliers go to supplier stores, we have to stock up before winter because they don't ship in winter time. Freaks you out a little bit. I actually just ordered some more trimmer refills too. I needed one for mine. I always forget. These are all really good too to get all that little extra gunk out of there, just in case. All right, so we got 2 more. I always get so nervous doing stuff like this on live. I don't even know why. I think it's just an anxiety thing. But what time is it? My clock is a little bit, fast, I think. My desk. And it's like 5 minutes fast. I wonder why. I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit so I can catch the security thing. I'll see it in my peripheral. That's what like high school marching band taught me the best. That's what I learned. Using my peripheral vision while I'm doing something else. Best lesson ever. I really don't know how. Oh, really? Oh, that stings. I hate having to go back and fix stuff, especially when I show it to Jeremy and he's like, what do I do? And yanks it. I'm like, why? And now he's all paranoid. He's like, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching nothing else because you yelled at me the last time I did. And I said, no, I just said, don't be a Neanderthal and yank it all the way out. And he always does. His hands are like massive. He's like Hodor on Game of Thrones. Except he says more than one word. Although I kind of wish he would only say one word. It'd be easy. Hodor, Hodor. right, I think. Hold on. All right. All right, so now we got these. So now what we got to do is we got to put the star part together. Okay, and we're going to leave the last one unglued. Now these, yeah, I'm going to do it with glue. I was going to do it with tape, but then I was like, So I'm just going to add a little, just make sure you get that like that. You're just going to take it, boom. That's it. Okay, and then when we get to the last one, you're going to leave that one unglued. Okay, let me use, and take this, or like your bone fold or ruler, go in there and just kind of, you know, go like this so you can get that glue spread out so you don't get lumpies. Okay, and that will work. So it's the beginning of it. Hang on. The good thing about the black paper too is if you got anything on it, like little glue debris or paper debris or something, you can see it too. So you can just stack them on top of each other, kind of like that, kind of like a book. And then you pull it out this way. And poof. Now, the next part is where it can get a little bit tricky. And not just for you, for me too. But this little next part is kind of the, if you ever want to do a rotating pop-up type of thing, learn this little gadget, this little paper piece, and it's like the hub, it's the nucleus of all like rotating pop-up inserts, if that makes sense. It's the nucleus. It's the, yeah, it's like the hub. It's actually called a hub too. Okay, so see, and you got, and you can also make a star card like this and hang it. You can put little things on here, so you don't have to just use it in an insert like this. You can make a bigger version of this, and when you get your thing in there, you can glue it all the way around if you want, like that. And then you can attach little thingies here, 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 hang it so it look like a little lantern. It looks like all kinds of stuff. I actually have a hexacard that I designed based on the star card, which really boggles my mind why they call it a star card, because this star card didn't have 5 points. So, but they called it a star card anyway. I hadn't figured that out why. So, but I called it a hexacard because it was like a hex. It had 6 instead of 5. Yeah. Oh, let me get this extra glue right here. I know it's one of those things where you got to really, really think outside the box. If you know the mechanics of how something moves, then you can make anything. Just like you can make anything into a journal book. That was kind of my whole thing when I started on TikTok. Anything can be a book. If you guys want to see my other books, you guys the books I've made in the past. I have a playlist up there. I've made some pretty outlandish books. I will say that. Aww. I know so many people ask me all the time. They're like, I will own one of your books one day. And I was like, well, I do have some books in there. I need to do another book drop, though, because I'm getting overcrowded. Okay, so here we go. Let me just look at it, make sure we're good. So here's the star card portion part. This part, we're not gluing. Okay. Did you say a wedding cake pop? Oh, wedding. Okay, I got it. I got it. Wedding cake pop up. Okay, okay. I thought you said a wedding cake pop. I was like, that sounds delicious. All right. I'm waiting for the security thing to come on. So this lovely, we're going to set over here with the card. See, that wasn't too bad. All right. Hang on, I need some water. I think it was the Romance Forever wedding cake explosion box. I think that's what it was. I have that on my piano downstairs, along with the mermaid chest. It's one of them things, the weird things. I haven't done a cake box. I almost said a cake box. Okay. Next step. We need a 5-inch circle. Okay. So 5-inch circle. If you don't know how to make a circle without like something like this, easy way to do it. If you have a ruler and a compass, you can make a circle that any size circle you want. You know, permitted how wide this is. All you do on a piece of paper is draw the diameter that you want your circle. So a 5-inch circle, you would draw a straight line 5 inches, okay, and then mark it in the middle at 2.5 inches. Then you would put your compass at 2.5, stretch it all the way out to the end of where you drew your line, and then boom, there's your circle. That's it. So I have a 5-inch circle here, and then I encourage you to make an extra circle, and this is why. Because you need them for folding in half like this, and that way you can sit here and you can put it right here, and you can also mark it at the halfway point, like a little notch. Oh, I did on this one. Here we go. I put a little notch at 2.5 at the halfway point, right? You can use this to trace a line across, and then move it right here, line up the line with the line you just drew, and draw it this way, and you centered the circle completely. Okay, and that's what I did on this side. Okay, so this is the center of the circle. Here we go. I was waiting for my security thing to come on. There we go. All right, we're good. Got the security thing. Okay, so again, make 2 circles and draw your line across. You know, look at your notch, put it here, and then line it up with this, and then draw it down, and you've centered the circle. Okay, Easy peasy. Now, in the center, this is a 5-inch circle. In the center of the circle, the crisscross here, what you do is you take your ruler, and we need a circle here, okay? And again, what you can do is it's a 1/4 of an inch on this line and a 1/4 of an inch over here, okay? And then you can take your compass, put it smack in the middle, line it up with your notch over here or here, and then go around, and then you have your circle. So this is like a 1/2-inch circle that we're going to have in the middle. Everybody good so far? Clear as mud? 5-inch circle, 1/2-inch circle in the middle. These are little tricks that I do to, you know, make these things, okay? Now, this little circle is going to go bye-bye. We're going to cut that sucker out. So, I found my blade, and what did I do with, I don't want to have to move my desk thing. I just had my cutting mat. Hold on, let me grab my cutting mat. I might have shoved it under here under my desk. I do that. I do that sometimes. I'm a shove and stuffer. That's what Jeremy calls me, a shove and stuffer. That's funny. Oh, I found my other scissors. That's good. Not great. Oh, here we go. I'll use this. This will work. This is exactly what they're for. This is my Sizzix thing. I told you I'm resourceful. All right, hang on. Let me put my thing on here. So you just get like a little X-Acto knife, since they don't have an anywhere punch for, what's it called? Need a new blade. That are smaller in size. So what do? We gotta do it ourselves. But this is actually easier because you have your little crissy-cross thing here, and that's what you want to cut out, okay? So you see where you have your crisscross shape? That's actually very helpful. You just sit there and you go like this, and just, you take circles out in sections. It's a lot easier than trying to go around all at once. And you take it out like that. I hope I'm doing it good because I can't really see this far away because I'm under the cameras. I have horrible eyesight. I've been wearing contacts since I was 15 and glasses since I was 5. And that looks good. Okay, this is going to be the hole where the, like I said, the nucleus is going to go in. So there we go. So we got our 5-inch circle with our 1/2-inch hole there. Yay. Okay, so now this is the important part. It would be, the radius is a 1/2 inch, but the diameter would be a 1/4 of an inch is the radius, but the diameter would be a 1/2 inch. Like, that's the whole thing across. So, what was I saying? Okay. So now we have some pieces here. These now, stuff like this, on Amazon, there is a set of circle punches. Invest in them. Circle punches are your friends. Okay? Because you can make circles and you don't have to sit here and, you know, do all this trying to that. Okay? And I have looked for a 6-inch circle punch. They don't make them anywhere. I would give anything for one. I do have a scalloped edge punch that is discontinued. and it's being maintained right now by my husband. I swear it's enormous. It's like this big. And that's what I use to make my scallop edged book. And but it goes all the way up to 12 inches. But like I said, you can't find them anymore, which really sucks. But yeah. So what we got here is a few things. Okay. You need a 2-inch circle. Okay. I have extra ones here just in case. Because, you know, I mess up too. So you need a 2-inch circle, and you need an 1.5 inch circle. Okay, so this is the circle portion of the training video, so to speak. So you got your 5-inch circle, 1/2 inch circle cut out, 2-inch circle, 1.5 inch circle. Okay, the 1.5 inch circle is the one we're going to be working with right now. So let me scoot all these to the side. Hey, look at this, an ornament. That's when I did ornaments. Okay, now what you're going to do with the 1/2 inch circle is we're going to do the same thing that we did with the 5-inch circle, and we're going to crisscross it, you know. And I do make extra circles. Wait a minute, I have it right here, and then I cut them in half, split it in the middle, and then draw your line like so, this way, and then line it up, draw your line that way, and then you've centered the circle. Okay, so this point, where's my pencil? We have our point right there. Okay, this is the thing, the nucleus. We're doing the nucleus part, just to let you guys know. Okay, so this is where it could get a bit tricky. Okay, what we're going to do is with this, you're going to take your compass and you're going to come in the middle here, and then you're going to draw this circle, which is, I have it written down, but I'm going to just double check just in case. It's 1 inch. It's a 1 inch circle here in the middle. Okay, so we have 1.5 inch circle, 1 inch circle here in the middle. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold the two sides in and put inside circle, the bigger circle. Okay, again, this is the little hub thing that I'm talking about. All right, so give me just a second. So I started doing one here. All right, you also need your scorer before I forget. Let me get mine. And what we need to do is we actually need to score the, we're going to hold it up like this, like we're X-Men. Oh, I could see the pencil. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to see the pencil marks on there. And then what I need you to do is I need you to take it and follow your inner circle line right here. Okay, like this. It's not easy to do, but like stop before you get here and stop right here. And then you're going to come over here and do the same thing from here to here. Just gently try to stay on there. Now, another thing you can do, here's a tip. When you're drawing the inner circle line, if you press down a little bit harder, it will indent it, and it makes it a little bit easier for the scorer to kind of go over it like that. Okay. Then this is what we're going to do. From right here where we scored it and here, you have this line here and line here. Don't worry about the inner circle. Leave that alone. Just right here and right here. We're going to take this and we are going to cut it. And you can do this with scissors. I don't know why I'm doing it with that. You're going to take it and we're just going to cut right here and right here. This is on the sides that we scored. And then on this side where we scored, do the same thing. Right here and right here. Okay. So now we have, you know, this scored part. Okay. Now what we're going to do is on, let me see, where's my little thingy? Where we scored it at, we're actually going to, where is my little thing? Actually, we're going to cut those off, I think. I made this a little bit bigger last time, or smaller, so I think I'm going to cut them off. So you can actually follow that. I don't know why I scored it. Why did I score it? Actually, it does make it easier to cut it off. I remember now. Sorry, it's been a minute since I made this. And I didn't get this far when I was prepping for today, all the pieces. So it's going to look like this. So where we scored it, actually cut that part off, the part of the circle. I could have probably cut it a little bit neater, but I do have another one here that I'll probably do that with. See, like that. Here, let me cut this one off. I'm going to make two anyway. So you're just going to cut it like this. Oh, it would be helpful if I actually got it out of the reflection and it. So it's going to look like that. Actually, it's not. Hold on a second. No, I was right. Ah! Sorry, guys. I'm having the biggest brain fart today, and I don't know why. But that's okay. That's why I have extra circles. I don't even know why I even did that. I'm such a bonehead. All right. Well, here, I'm going to do it again anyway. Let's rewind, and I'll show you from the beginning. Take this. This is my cheating way of splitting the circle in half a little bit. So that way I can get the center thing. That's okay. We're good. What did I say we needed? Let me go back to my page here. 1/2-inch circle. No, yeah, it's a 1/2-inch circle right here. And right here. No, it was, now that I'm thinking about it, it was scoring. So I was right. I need to always just trust my gut. I don't know why I don't. Hang on. I'm going to be able to see here. Let me push this down a little bit. I was worried for a while. I had to go and find replacement lead for this because I used so many of them. And of course I made it too. There we go. I think we're good now. I usually do stuff like this with my left hand for a reason. You just take it like this, you turn it around. That one looks a lot smaller. Hold on. Let me see what one I'm supposed to be marking here. I have one in green and one in black. What did I say it was? It was an inch. Actually, no, that won't work. I was seeing if it would still work, but no, it needs to be a little bit thicker. Got me all kinds of messed up. Here, I'll erase this so that way nobody gets confused with that. I didn't think to use a Sizzix thing for a cutting mat. Interesting. I don't think it tightens, or it's still loose. There we go. See, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Inch, then, yeah. I know, it's not hard to confuse me, especially when I'm just like, it's actually better when, this one reason why I always do this stuff off camera, because I feel like I'm being watched. Oh, that's a little bit. There we go. Come on now. That's why it's always good to mark like the little notches on the side, because that way you know you're all lined up. There we go. Okay. Rewind. Let's go back. What do you do with that thing? All right. So, here we go. So we're X-Men here. And like I said, we're going to score this because that was right. My muscle memory was kicking in, and then I was like, wait a minute. And then, of course, my brain had to sit there and interfere. And then, so we're scoring this side right here. And then we're going to come over to this side, no and no. So score. All right. Then flip my book over. Okay. So we're going to cut here, notch it, and notch it. And then just notch it to here. Right here. Like that. Okay. Now, the part that we did, okay, see that? This is where we scored it at. You're just going to kind of take the corners and you're just going to kind of fold them like that, kind of like a V. And then do the same thing kind of over here, like that. All right. So on the other side, it looks like this right here. I know why I did this now, because when I made this before, I had put an extra piece on here like this just to make it more durable. I remember now. I totally remember now. That's exactly why I did that. See, my muscle memory was kicking in. Okay, so here, let me score this just a little bit more so it's more rounded. Just make sure when you're scoring it, you don't like go all the way through the paper, because I've done that. It's such a pain in the butt. So I just kind of squeeze it like that. And basically this is the part that's going to go up inside. And what it's going to do is it's a little hub that kind of is the holder that is going to make the thing go round and round. Now, before we go on, one thing we do need to do is we are going to just cut where we actually put these just a hair more. And that's where the other circle came from. You can see the little light circle that I have right here. You're basically just going to go like the same amount that you went here, right here, and right here. You're just going to go a little bit the same again. Probably like right about there. Just on each side. And then what we may do is we may use the pieces that we messed up on, like I said, to use as a little extra durable, because, you know, it is paper. Remember that. Paper is awesome until it is not. Okay. And you don't have to do this. You can always, you know, just use it like that. We could keep it like that. It doesn't matter. But I feel like it just needs like an extra little notch. I don't want to confuse anybody because it's been like, what, 6 months since I've done this? 7 months. But that's where this came from. That's why I was doing that. Is because I forgot when you fold it in, this is the part that's going inside the circle. So yeah, it's a stability point. Okay. But I made it just a little bit more of a notch. And you don't have to do that. It'll be fine. But for some reason, I feel like it's not, whoops, there it is, going to go through. Now, let me see. Let me get my other book here. So what it's going to do is it's going to go through, I think I have an extra circle here. I don't remember what I have this paper for. That may have just been an extra sheet. Let me get my other little flannel thing. So, does anybody need me to redo that? Because I know I confused a heck of a lot of people. Because I can. I would rather redo it than confuse anybody. All right. But like I said, circle punches are really, really great for these kind of things. They look like this. And they can help with, and this one is like a 1.5 one. But when you get the big group of them, they all kind of, you know, have the same doohickey. They have a itty bitty one. They have several actually. So, okay. So what we're going to do, let me read my directions here. Okay. So we got the nucleus, little hub thing. And we are going to take that and we're going to put it inside that circle. And okay, then we're going to need this right here. This is our original card. The, what did I say that was? 10 and 7/16 by 7.5. I think that's what it ended up measuring out. And then we need, let me see. Oh, we do need a compass on this. Why do I have marked down a compass? Oh, yeah. Okay, so in this one, let me find this one. This is my template one. Okay, so basically we're making this thing right here. This is the thing that's going to be holding that on. Okay, so here's the 2-inch circle right here. This is 2 inches right here. Underneath is the little hub thing, which you can't see. And then the 5-inch circle is this part right in here. So what we're going to be doing, I know this looks messy right here, but we're going to be taking our card, our folding card like this, and we are going to be cutting out this circle here so we can put the turn thing underneath, and then we'll be attaching this part to that, so that way we can, you know, do that. What did you say? Wait a minute, I'm reading the comments here. What were you saying? Oh yeah, the live is automatically posted from my Restream account to my YouTube channel, so that way I can I don't have to automatically do that. I know, trust me, I need to pause half the time too, you know. Usually when I'm doing this too, I'm watching like some kind of like show or something, and I get distracted by the show, and then I'm like, wait a minute, what was I doing? You know. But yeah, so let me look and see what I'm looking at my directions here, because like I said, I had like 3 different sizes. I'm going to rewrite this, and what I'll probably do is I'll comment on the YouTube video, and I'll put a comment down there with the actual sizes, like what you'll need, so you can get them prepared ahead of time, you know. So we got our little hub thing. Now I made 2 little hubs. This one is the one with the flaps. This one is another one where I cut the flaps off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on here. This gives it more stability because it's paper, and paper does not hold up well. You know, you got to make sure that you... So I'm just going to glue it. Just put it on like that. And I'm just going to do it on the back of it. It looks like a piece of candy, like in a wrapper. Okay, but remember we have our little squeezed sides there. That's the part that's going to go up into this circle. Okay, so here's our circle right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try to jimmy these things all up in this itty bitty little rinky-dink circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, okay, remember how we folded it kind of like in a V like that? Just take a pair of scissors and clip those like that, and then kind of take it and then V shape those. Does that make sense? Like you're just going to kind of fold them like that, like where they're just like little V's. This will help it go into the hole a little bit better. Okay. There's a reason why. It's because this hole is tiny. Little big rinky-dink thing. But for some reason, I think this hole in the 5-inch thing needs to be bigger, because I may have read the wrong thing. Let me see. Let's see, which one is it? This one was this 10 centimeter 5-inch. This was an 1.5 centimeters, which is a 1/2 inch. And then it says 3 centimeters. I need to get a pencil and remark these in here. Let me see. Hang on, I'm making myself a little note. No, it's definitely not that. When we make this 1/2 inch, yeah. Yeah. Where's this circle at? Now I have here 1.5 centimeters. Oh, I wonder if the 1/2 inch was for the smaller one. Oh, Lordy. Let me make myself a little note here. Big N. What did I say? 1.5, which would be about 7/8 equals 7/8 or 1.5 centimeters. Never again am I writing stuff down on the same exact page. Never. Oh. Just okay. I'm going to widen the hole just a teeny. What did I say? 7/8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. 7/8. We got here. I'm terrible, aren't I? It is terrible. I'm going to do it. Oop, where's my line? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's that piece? Actually, you know what it should be? It actually should be a little bit smaller than this diameter. I'm trying to think of the rotating pop-up piece. Oh, I wonder if I have that down. I use this in the gear one where it rotates. If you guys have seen my books, this is also that piece that holds the gear part in. And when it goes in here, to me, it needs to be the same size as that hole. Oh, that one's the different one. Here's the other one right here. Okay, what was the center circle? What did I have for the center circle, that part? Let me look back. What was that? What was it, an inch? Was it an inch? I think that I need to change this to an inch. I think I'm going to do that. Here, I'm going to put that in here. This whole circle, I'm going to put big. I'll write these notes out. I may also repost this tutorial on YouTube. And that way I can have all the notes and stuff in there. So I think I'm going to make this 1 inch because this circle here in the middle is 1 inch, and that works. That sounds symmetrically right when it moves around. Does that make sense? Oh no, I've not always had a problem with geometry, but not like so much. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I know. Okay. So they need to make small circle punches though, because an inch would have made way more sense too. Which is going to be right here and right here, because I don't want to confuse you guys, but you know, we all confused. Let me put this down right here. Oh, I already had it set. Put it on my mark again. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to use this one right here. That one's about right. Imagine if I made like a, I guess next time, oh, you know what I could do? I could make a template of this. I didn't even think about that. That'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it? I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yeah. I'm like, now I'm wigging. Let's see if I might be able to get my scissors in there. All right, guys. This is karma biting me in the butt because I sat there the other day on Wednesday and I was like, oh, I need to write down or find my notes, and I think I need to rewrite them because I did smaller one the last time I wrote it. The last time I made it. And then I saw in here I had all the measurements. And I was like, oh, no, I'll figure it out. And then I went and did other things. And how it always goes. That actually looks right now. Okay. So 1 inch circle. Now we put this bad boy. I'm going to put it upside down. The marking's upside down so you don't see it. And we're going to put this, let's see, which way am I going to do? Oh, the back view. Okay. I'm going to put it, this is the back, the part that has this on there. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Then you're going to take your little pieces here and you're just going to fold them over like that. Okay. So here's the back right here, and see what it will do is when it gets going, work it in just a little bit, because if you don't and then you add stuff to it, it'll make it harder to move. So you got to be able to turn it like this. I know. Okay, so turning around, that feels pretty good though. And then what these do is this kind of is going to keep it into place. Okay, so this is the front, this is the back. So there's your little nucleus. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is, let's see, two flaps go on the front. And we're going to glue this inside of our card. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another sheet, and the other sheet is going to go over this to kind of mask it. Like there's an actual, like it's this sheet right here. So we're going to put that one in. All right. Now, where you put this is depending on how much you want out here and how much you want your cards to stick out. You can use your cards. Where's the end of it? So it's going to lay, let's see. The 2-inch circle will go like on top of here like this. Don't do anything like that yet. But it's probably going to be laying like similar to that. Okay. So what I'll probably do, it will be like a halfway circle. So what we want to do, if we move it all the way in like that, it will still stick out. So I'll probably make a bigger card because I think the bigger card, I don't really want it to stick out. It's supposed to, but I don't want it to, if that makes any sense. So, because it's supposed to stick out like this, but I don't want it to do that. What I want it to do is I want it to be like, maybe like right here. I'm going to knock over my coffee. And then, now what I can do is I could keep this side the same. And then make this part bigger. Because no matter what, hold on. I kind of have an idea. I might deviate a little bit. I can use the same card. I'm going to do it backwards. I'm going to do it to where it's going to go like this. And the way that I'm going to stick it on there is when I turn it around, I'm going to do everything backwards. Okay. All right. Watch this. Because I want the thing in the book. Okay. So, no, we're not going to change anything. We're just going to change how I put it in the card, which is going to be like going this way. It won't be this way. So that way when it turns around, it will be like this. And then that means I will be rotating everything the opposite way. So this will be laying in here like this. Let me move it down a little bit. Gotta get my measurements right first. Okay, so basically the corner of this part will be like a quarter of the circle. So that's a good way to measure which way we want to go. So then when we turn it, it's going to be stuck with the little cord thing that hooks from this to this part will be over here instead of here. It'll be over. It'll be right here instead of it being right here. So we're going to mirror it. Yeah. So we're going to mirror it. So that's all we're going to do. Because like I said, I don't like it sticking out of the book. So we're going to fix that. So we're going to mirror it and it's going to go this way instead. So it's going to be the same exact thing, except the rotation will not start over here. It will start over here. All right. We got it. We're good. Okay. So, and we could still use this. This will work. All right. So we're going to take our thing. This is the back and then this is the front. Okay. We're going to glue inside the card or page and we're going to glue it by, let me see, these two flaps. You don't want to glue this on here. If you glue it on there, it won't move. Just to let you know. Yeah. Yeah, so we basically want the circle to be able to move around like this. Okay. Hang on, I'm reading ahead to see what I need to do. Oh, okay. I need a sheet, and then this will be the circle that goes on there. I think what I'm going to use is probably the one with the blue stars on it for the background, because then it will blend in with the black. Yeah, I think that will work. And then yeah, okay. All right. So we're going to take our little flaps right here. In other ones of these that I've done, I actually have taken a 2-inch circle like this, and I've glued it on there like this. And I'm going to show you why. This is another durability thing. And I remember doing this with the other thing. You just want to make sure that no glue, it could still move. And no glue is stuck to this thing, because if any glue is stuck to it, sucker ain't going nowhere. Oh, I'm so glad I put another little flap on there. So just make sure you kind of grab it from the back like this and just kind of turn it. Okay, so that can move pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this part is going to be glued to there. I don't know why I do it this way. I just feel like it's more stability. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this, we have to have some sticking out over here, because we got to be able to grip that sucker so it will turn. Okay, so this part is part that's going to be glued down. I'm going to take that. I'm only going to put glue on this part. Don't get any on the big circle. Okay. Woo. All right, and I'm thinking probably right about there be really good. So you want to stick out about that much, then just kind of press down where that circle is like that. Just make sure, and don't pull up when you're turning the circle, because then you're just going to unstick it. So it should be able to move like that. Okay, and get rid of all this. Most of this is going to be covered up anyway, but I'm just going to erase it so I don't have to try to get anything else. Get it done and over with. Out of the way. Okay. All right. So we're good. Yeah. Okay. Echo. Next. Okay. All right. Now we need another sheet. What did I do? Okay. I'm going to get there. It is. I'll put it on my bed. Oi. No, don't get any glue on the larger circle, or this larger circle won't move. Hang on, I'm going to cut this little tabby thing off. Oh, gosh. Next time I do something like this, I'm going to get like a large freaking 8-foot table. I can just have everything set right there. I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I wonder if this is the same size as that one. I believe this is in centimeters. Okay. Oh, okay, I remember now. Yeah. I put a sheet in there. All right, so this one, what did I say the size of this was? 10 and like, oh, it's 10 and 3/8. So we probably need maybe like a 5 1/8 by 7.5. Yeah, 5 1/8 by 7.5 inch. Well, no, we're gonna do 7 3/8 because it needs to be just a hair smaller. So 7 3/8 sheet by 5. What did I say? 5 and what? I don't know. 5 1/8. That's right. I remember now. Okay. So just like this. So this part is the part that's kind of go over this, you know, to kind of just be decorative, you know, and kind of make it look fancy. Gotta fancy it up. All right. And you can even corner like the, hold on. The doohickeys on here. Let me cut the hole first. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Check out where my circle is. And basically we need a big open area here in order for this part to hook on there. Let's see where we got. We're going to make about a 3 1/8 circle on there, but I want to make sure that we get it. Let me see where this is going to line up. So this is going to be, make sure I'm on the thing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and wherever I placed the outside circle bit that I'm going to be moving for rotation, this will help let us know. I'm just going to mark it right here where the edge is. So it will let me know where the circle starts from here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to mark. Excuse me, I just got a tickle in my throat. This tells me where it is. So we're going to try to center this up as humanly possible, as much as possible. What did I say that circle was? It was, I'm trying to convert from it 3 1/8. It's 8 centimeters, but 3 1/8. It probably is. So I could see where my circle, where's it? This will help too. This is one reason why I make extra circles. Because I want to cut it like where I don't have to cut it again. Sometimes, like, I remember doing this first time and I had to cut like 4 pieces because I was like, oh. So I'm going to use my half circle here. There's the rest of it. Like I said, I like using the stuff that I have here. That way my brain doesn't have to think about, oh God, I gotta make another circle. And this is going to tell me like where the big circle is. We're not making the hole this big because we're making it smaller. Ooh, that works. Yeah, I think that would be good. So that gives me an idea of what I got to work with. All right, now I'm going to use this. This is where the rest of it is coming out. And what we want here, I know that this circle is, the bigger one is 5 inches. So I'm going to, let me and take both of my little points right here that I made, because I want to make it sure it's centered. Oh gosh, let's see. We got 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. So that would be, let's see, 1.5, and then be 1 3/4, and then 1 and right here, what is that? That is 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 16ths. So 1 and 13 16ths is where I'm marking the middle here from where I marked it there. So this tells me where the middle one is. So now what I can do, I can use that as my starting point. Looks about right. Let me get the biggest part. Oh, look at that. 2.5, right on the money. All right. And then I'm going to mark this right here at 2.5, because remember the whole circle is 2.5. Right here. So that means that this point right here is the center of the circle underneath the page. I know. But, and it's really just going to depend on, this is the way that I would do it, because you never know how much you're sticking out of here. Okay. So what I would do is wherever the part is sticking out, okay, of your card, this, okay. So from right here and right here, mark that on the edge of your paper. Okay. Then with your second template circle, draw the rest of the circle in. Then find the center point of the whole entire circle as if the rest of it was here. And what you can do is, like I said, split this part in half. And when you split it in half here, just where you marked it sticking out, then you can draw your first line, you know, using your ruler, draw this line. And then take this line right here, split it at 2.5, and now you found where the actual center of the circle is, because remember the circle is sticking partially out. Does that make sense? So it's really going to depend on where you have it, you know, on there. But that's the way you can figure out where you got to, you know, divide it up at. So we need, what did I say? 3 1/8 circle here in the middle. So total. Okay, so it would be, let's see, 1.5 would be the radius of 3. And since it's 3 1/8, that would make it 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sixteenths. Okay, so 1 and 9 sixteenths. It should be. So that means that here should go what right here. Let me measure that and make sure it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is 1 and 9 sixteenths from here to here, 1 and 9 sixteenths from here and here. Total is 3 and 1/8. Okay, radius, diameter. Okay, so we're going to draw a circle, and it's getting very close to the edge. That's okay. If you want it more centered, you can do it that way, but this is technically centered, if that makes sense. It'll be centered to the circle that's already on there. My arms aren't working today. I should take some leave. Like the worst arthritis ever. All right. Put this back down. This little evil thing right there stabs me all the time every time it's on my desk. So unless it's closed. Okay, so this part is the part we need to, you know, snip away. And I'm trying to find. And when you glue this in, you only want to put glue in the corners. You don't want to put any glue anywhere near any of this. Okay. I suppose you could put it on the outside of the circle, but I wouldn't really risk that. All right. There we go. Just gonna erase these. What do you mean you can't watch? Are you kidding me? I could cut stuff like all day long. this. I am dangerous though with them. Look at that. And that is right on the money. All right, so let me do this. Just gonna corner the edges here. This kind of stuff you want to do before. And then I had this sticking up. I almost put my hand right on it. All right, the other sheet I may use to put on the other side because I think they do this wild rumpus thing at night. I don't really know, or it went into the night. I have no idea. Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna do the inside real quick because there's a lot of white in here. Make it blend in just a little bit better. As I mentally prepare for the next part. Okay, I kind of don't want to glue this yet because for some reason I remember having an issue with this part and I wish I hadn't glued it, so I'm not going to. My gut is telling me not to. Okay. Page like 500 now. All right, so we got that bad boy in there. And put, yep, circle. Oh, we gotta have a 2-inch circle. Okay, 2-inch circle, that's gonna go on this also. Okay, that was easy. So I always put a 2-inch circle on the front and the back. The little flaps, you know, you glue it to that, and then the 2-inch circle glues to the card. And then this is gonna go on here. Again, don't get it on the big circle. It's going to only go on this part. Okay. And then let me go ahead and do that. You're just going to put it right here and right here. This is mostly just to cover that up because I don't think anything's really attached to it. Now, what I did on the Nutcracker one that I did, I put a clock rice paper or sticker right there. So, you know, that's something you can do because this part is this part in here. And the only part that's going to be like attached to here is like right here. You could put something if you want to, because this part will be seen, especially when you open the card. The rest of it won't be, but if you want like a little glimmer of whatever there, you can put that there. Oh, I have been off though today, but no, it's going good now. A few little hiccups, but you know, that's me. I'm chaos chaos incarnate. So this will go over here eventually. So that's like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get a 12 by 3 strip and fold it in half. So this is in centimeters. So let me see what it is. Oh, I need a big ruler. So it looks like it's about 4 3/4 by, what was it, 3? 4 3/4 by 1 3/16. So we need a strip. All right. So what did I say? It's 12 centimeters by 3 centimeters, or about 4 3/4 by 1 3/16. Isn't that what I said? That sounds about right. So you can do it either or. Centimeters, whatever. Whichever. If you got a ruler that does centimeters too, then woohoo. All right. Okay. Let me see what else I need. Okay. And this is going to be the strip. Okay. I was seeing if we needed to get an extra strip, but I think since it's folded in half, it will be good. So we're just going to cut this out. Again, it's 12 by 3 centimeters, or what I just said in inches. You can do it in centimeters. It's a lot easier to read since it's whole. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this strip that we have and we're going to fold it in half. I'm reading my directions just to make sure I got everything. Fold it in half. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put some glue on this whole thing. I have the worst habit of looking ahead to see what I'm doing next because I'm trying to keep it in order. Okay, so strip is glued. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little piece of this. Let me see how I want to do this. I'll show you the piece that we're doing right now. This will make it easier so you understand. That's that right here. Now I used, it looked like a little bit of a bigger piece. Probably that's what I was afraid of, for more stability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm probably going to glue that on there because I think it's going to be too short. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have a few of them. Let me see what I got here written down. Okay. Where is, oh, there's my trimmer. I was looking for where my trimmer was. All right. Let me glue. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer. Every time I sit there and I do one of these, I'm experimenting, and then I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I write that down, and then I forget. All right. So I'm thinking, what size is this? Because this is like the perfect size. Okay, we're going to change that to, whoops, let me put this flat, to 6 1/4 by 1 1/4. 6 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then we're going to fold this in half. Let me write that down. So six and a quarter by, what did I say, 1 1/4? All right. I'm making myself notes so I can rewrite these. So I can get all of the, I got this little tiny piece hanging on here. Let me get this off. I can get them all squared away. I have 3 different sizes here, so I'm trying to decipher which one I wanted to use. And I put the same sizes on the whole thing. And I'm like, duh. I knew that was going to come back and bite me in the butt. All right, so we changed that to 6 1/4 by 1 1/4. Okay. I still got that little doodad hanging off here. Hang on, let me get this little piece. There we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take an edge, probably about, here, I won't just fold it. I'm going to say probably 3/4 of an inch is what we're going to fold it at. 3/4 of an inch. I'm trying not to just do and actually give everybody measurements. Some of these things I don't have measurements, so I kind of got to go and, you know, do it on the fly when I'm doing stuff like this. So this is going to be super thick if you're using thick, you know, what is this, cardstock. Okay, but see, that's what we want right there. All right, so this is the part that we are going to, now this is the backwards part that I'm trying something new here. All right, so now I really do have to glue this on here. Okay, so where I'm going to put glue is I'm only going to do the corners. And then after I get it all set, then I'll go back and I'll glue anywhere else. But just the corners for right now, because we don't want that stuff to get in the way of our circle that has to move. And now's a good time to check it and make sure that, see, can still spin. That's what we want right there. If it can still spin, we're in great shape. Okay, so glue those down. Just gonna rub these. All right, now remember it was going to go this way, but I don't want it to stick outside the book. So we're mirroring it, and it's going to go this way instead. All right, now what we need to do is, it's going to go that way instead, that means everything is going to be rotated. This is where the front thing needs to go, and that means on this side is where this needs to go. So this part is going to be on here, and that means when it's folded down, it's going to be like that. All right, so let me glue this alongside right here. And I'm going to glue that right there on the book. So our book opens on this side. I'm just getting all the extra glue off. Okay, so here's how our book opens. This is this part. And then that means that instead of it being up here, we need to make it probably down here. So if this is, you know, divided up, this little quadrant down here is where we need to glue it, if that helps. I'm just going to put it. Some glue on here. Let me see something real quick. Actually, it needs to go up here. Sorry. Erase this. We're mirroring it. So it would have gone over here, so it's going to go right in this area up here. Just like that. So that way we can get it in the book. And let me make sure that I didn't get any. Oop, oop, oop. Make sure I didn't. Sorry, I got some glue on the thing here. I don't want to get any glue on this circle, because if you get any on here, then it won't work. There we go. Okay, so while that's laying there, just, you know, being a lush, hang on, get some stuff here, wipe the excess. Trying to make sure I didn't get any in between the pages. So then it will pop up. There we go. There we go. There we go. And pop up. Kind of do one of those things. That makes sense? And that actually kind of looks better. So that's how you attach it. It's with that thingy. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that back down. Now we got the front piece. And this is another reason why you only want to glue the corners. Is because something has to kind of go in this little flap right here. And that's the fun part. Ugh. The part I loathe. All right. So, you know what? We're on like the last. Yes, we're on the last page. Last page. book. Let's see. So we added the book. And then we get the fun stuff is decorating it. Okay, so we have another strip that we need. Where's my piece of paper? Where did my piece of paper? Oh. Hang on. I'm gonna get my tray over here. All right, and I'll recap and I'll tell you guys all the pieces again that I have written down. All right, we need, let's see, 13. It's like 13 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters. And I'll tell you what that is here in inches in a minute. And I'm going to cut out 2 of them because knowing I'll probably need it anyway. Oh yeah. Definitely cut out 2 of them because we want something that's kind of thick. So, what in the world is that? Just in case. Because we're going to be moving this around a lot and we want to make sure that it's good. Okay, so what did I say? 13 by 1.5. So let's see, that will be 5 1/8. Here, let me write this on here too. 5 1/8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 in inches. I'm writing myself a note. And let me put on here at least 2 of them. I'll say times 2. Okay, so we're gonna fold this in half. What? I'm on live.
Oh, can I take a shower?
Yeah. You don't need my permission to bathe.
Your room, I do.
Oh, well, yeah, you better. Is Daddy still outside?
He's in the garage.
Well, you better hurry up because he's going to want to. All right, so take your piece and fold it in half like that. Okay. And glue. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so this is going to basically go here like this. And then when you turn up, it's going to pull this. And this is what's going to make it come, rise to attention. Okay, so just glue this together like this.
Dude, look at how red my face is.
Uh-huh. I'm so proud. They were outside doing yard work. All right, so like this, okay? Now, what we're going to do is, and I'm not really entirely sure why I did this. It's probably has something to do with the angle so it doesn't hit anything, because I think what I did was I originally glued everything around the circle, but it's been a while. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and let me think. So if it was over here, I'm mirroring it, I would have cut it like this, kind of like that. It doesn't matter the length. So since if it was over here like this, it'd be like this. So we're going to mirror it. So it's going to go like this. See, I have to pay attention to what I'm doing with that. Oh, okay. I remember it's because I did it for the circle right here. So it was like, you know, right under the lip of the circle. I remember now. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on here. And this is the thing that's going to pull it up when we turn this up. And I'll probably take a silver marker, which I think would be cute. And I'll probably draw an arrow that says up. You know what I mean? So I think that would be good. All right, so we're going to do this. And then I think that's it. That's the last step. All right. And I'm going to have to let you just put some glue like this on the tip and then the tip, like right here. Another thing I may do, which I think, yeah, I did this, is take one of these extra strips, and I usually like to put it over this on the circle just to hold it in. I remember why. And this is a little bit tricky, so you want to make sure that you get it. Just try not to get any glue on this. It needs to only be on the circle. I think this is the only thing we actually glue to the circle itself. Because these circles on the top and the bottom, they're not glued to that. They're glued to the nucleus little hub thing. So you just want to take this, kind of put it in there like that. Now, one thing we can do, I'm going to turn this around like this. Let me make sure I get all the little extra glue. Always got to be careful about extra glue. If you use a bone fold, like I'm doing, press and rub, it makes the glue, you know, spread out and dry quicker. And I always have like a little handy extra little doohickey. There we go. All right, I'm just going to test it real quick, and if it works, I'm going to put just a little strip over this just to make sure. So instead of it going down this way, it's going to go the opposite way. Let me bend this just a little bit like that. I may also put a strip over that because I don't want it to come off. And I'm kind of afraid that it will make sure. Oh, I got some glue right here. We're good. Try not to break it because I don't want to have to re-glue it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I need to put a strip on the back. Let me put a strip on the back first. Ah! That's what I was afraid of. So use your extra strips. I told you to make here. There we go. To put on the back and stuff. Let me shift this back over a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put it on there to keep it down, and then this part. I actually use a bigger piece on this one and use the tiny one. There we go. I think what I'm going to do also is I'm going to put an extra strip kind of going up through the top, so it kind of pulls it a little bit more. I keep thinking there's hair on my desk. It's these little scratches. before I put this down all the way. I'm going to put this like at the end of here. So then an extra little strip. These are really good to use too with your scraps. Make your stuff more stable. Let me do this. Yeah, oh, that feels, I can already tell the difference. Turn this around. And you can also put something right here if you want to, like a little decoration, because this is the end of it. I may also put like, let me see, I got this paper. Look, that's what needs to go there. That's perfect, because then it actually says what it's going to do. So I'm going to do that. And let me forget to put that on there. All right. And then I need to put, oh, I can already tell that's a lot better. All right. And then I'm going to fold, I think this one in half. Let me fold this other strip that I cut out in half. These strips, the sizes really don't matter as long as they don't get in the way of the middle thing. It's just really to hold this down, this part down. Let me turn this around so I can see. Just make sure you don't get too much glue in there. And just kind of put it, if it goes on the circle, like above it, just put it underneath. It should be fine. I'm trying to get my little finger under there. All right. No. Come on. There it goes. All right. Let me see what I got here going on. I think I may have put it too far over. All right. 1 second. I'm going to take this off because I need it over here more. See, when it goes around, you need to make sure, actually it clears that part just fine, but I'm thinking that it needs to be over just a hair. So I'm just going to cut this off like that, which is fine. All right, here, let me see this. Oh, that may also be an issue. Might be able to get the whole thing off. Nah, I'm not going to force it. I will try to get this off. And then I'm just going to move it over, I think, and fix it. So I didn't like how that looked. It will work, but I want it to work better. So working better is the better way that I want it to do. I might make myself a note and I'll write all this stuff down and probably put it on YouTube. Like to go for a spin and do what? Fall apart and rip to shreds. Alright, Oh, I'm getting sleepy now. Like caffeine overload. All right. I'm gonna move it. Here, I'm gonna just, well, yeah, I guess I could still use that. Let me move it just a teens more, maybe like right there. And then, only bad thing is whenever you go to like, oh, here, let me put it on that. To test it, you gotta make sure that you're good. And it's not easy to make sure you're good until you actually do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it right there. Let me try that. It's one of those trial and error things. It sucks, but that's kind of part of, because you could make it exactly like your measurements, but if you use a different kind of paper, if you decide to do something different, like mirror it, it could end up needing some extra love. And that's what we're needing to do here. All right, let me pull this out so I can glue it. I'm going to just try gluing it like this. I think since I moved it over, I won't have to angle it. And I'm going to move it. I'm just making sure I didn't get any glue on the thing. Let me hold this up. No, don't fall down, don't fall down. Now I need to make the piece a little bit bigger, and then I think it will go. All right, that's a good trial and error start. All right. Love modifying stuff, trying new stuff. I know this looks horrible, but I need to put an extra piece there. I'm just going to use a scrap. I made myself some notes, so I think maybe next week what I'll do is I'm using all the modifications that I put in here, and I think I'll probably make a tutorial on this on my YouTube channel, and that way it will be fresh in my mind and I can say, hey, this is what I did to fix it. Put it like that. And make it more stable. And I think that will be good. And then I can sit there and have it on my YouTube channel, and then I can refer to that. Be like, wait a minute, what did I do if I myself get stuck? Because I got so much crap going on in my head right now with other stuff that I had to start writing everything down, because I was like, I'm not going to remember all this stuff. Okay, so then when we get this, it'll also have that piece of paper on the front, that thing. So cover all this up. So that's kind of nice. I kind of like that. I wish I would have done that with the other one. You know, I like making myself reference videos. Let me see. So that way I can refer back to them and, you know, glue it in there. Hang on. A little thingy's caught on here. There we go. And that way, I always want it to go all the way around, and it never can because of the piece that's holding it on. But all in all, that's pretty dang good. I might be able to trim that. Oh, I couldn't trim that before. Let me see if I can do that. There we go. When you get it, hang on. I'm going to just corner this for the circle. If I can. I could get my scissors in there. Now, let me see. And of course, it's going to get caught on that one part. It needs to go above. There we go. That little notch right there. All right, that's actually not, that's a little bit better. All right, let me cut that just a tiny little sliver that keeps getting caught on it. I'll find some, need some pointer scissors.
Mom, do you know where Ella is?
She's in the shower.
Oh.
Why?
Because
You were? Did she run out on it? Never mind. And then what I'll probably do is I want to make this part, it needs like extra thickness because it's really thin. So it's a good little book. So we'll open it up, and then I may put something here. Actually, I'm going to put something here. I know this looks good like this, but I could put the same picture in there. It's not a big deal. I can't see the back, so I have no idea what's happening. And that up. So, all in all, I think I'm really happy with it. Whew, I'm sweating. My gosh. What? That's wonderful.
you have a serious problem.
Why do I have a problem?
Because you have what I call HUSD. Half-use soap disorder. Why are there like 5 different soaps in there that are all at the same exact line? All of them.
Because, wait a minute, did you use my soap?
Yes.
Now you messed it all up.
But why?
Because I'm one person who uses that stuff. All of Daddy's stuff is up like 7 feet above my head.
I don't know, but why?
And I use the same amount. I'm consistent.
But it's just wasteful.
It's-
Use the rest of it.
It's not wasteful. I do use it.
I found like the secret formula for my hair. And I
You
found-
told me this before.
I tried something once and it worked. And so I just kept it in my finger. What time is it?
5 o'clock.
I ain't made it. Like really time.
Ask Daddy if he wants anything.
He said he wants shake and bake chicken, but I don't want to have something like that. I'll make it.
He does realize this ain't Denny's, right? He eats what we make. Can you imagine if you told him, you're going to eat what I made?
Oh my god, I would be living outside.
Yeah, can you close my door? I'm almost done, so I want to get this finished so I can... Wait. Oh gosh, I'm rolling away. That's how I feel. They need to stay equal. I had another good insert idea, and I can't. I was thinking about it right before bed, and then I fell asleep, and I was like, I'll remember it in the morning, and I have totally lost it. And it has something to do with, I don't know, something in my book. I gotta think about what it was. And you can decorate out here, but I would not really recommend it because the little corners of these are going to get caught on it. You decorate with anything, decorate with something flat and not, you know, pokey. Woo! All right, so let me get some sheets here. Okay, so what I can do, I think, is I need to put something here. And I got, I guess I can kind of maybe put like a black piece on there and then put like, well, that ain't gonna fit. Or put this on here. I might be able to put the little dudes on there or something. I haven't, wait a minute, let me see what's on the other side of that. Oh, here we go. Like one of these things or something. I don't know how many more of those blue sheets. Oh, I do have a few of those left. All right. All right. Let me get, what did I do? See, I don't really care if they use it, but don't complain that I have, like, organization in my life. Here we go. Geez. That's just rude. You asked me to use my shower, and you want to complain how my shampoo bottles are all the same. That's just rude. All right, what do we got here? So I think I'm going to make this 5 inches by like 7 3/4. This is just putting a back cover on it to make it more stable. 7 and not 3/4. No, well, maybe it was. No, 7 1/4. I don't know why I always get 3/4 and 1/4 mixed up, even when it says it on there. It's just ridiculous. Did I say 5? Yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll put this cover kind of like on there, and that way we have some thickness to it. Be better. I want it to last longer than a one-time play. And I know, isn't that rude? Poker heads. I think I'm just going to use this. I don't want to have bubblicious. Alright. I'm still waiting on my next 5 washi tapes while I got everybody here. Probably, hopefully be this week. I knew it would either be this week that we're on or the following week. I wasn't really sure. They're trying to make it to where I don't have to pay, or they have to pay either tariff, extra goodies. You know, luckily they have not asked me to pay any of that, because I'd be like, but since I got like a huge batch, here, let me do this. This will work. He's sticky. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't stick, don't stick, don't stick, don't stick. Of course. I saw the folded. Let me see. There we go. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm really waiting on, is that stuff. I'm excited though. I want to play with it. Oh, thank you. Oh, you like my next set. I have a steampunk one called Oblivion, Black Swan, and hold on, I keep getting those in the next 7. I have 7 in pre-production right now. 2 of them are borders too, in the next one, but not this one that's already been shipped. What the heck are they now? Hold on, let me think. Oblivion, Black Swan, oh, Labyrinth, Gods and Goddesses, and Highland Cows. Those are the next ones. I'll show them to you guys because they're going to be here this week anyway, so might as well. I'm very proud of myself. A lot of these, I had like over 3,000 of my designs saved, like in Procreate from the last 4 years. And so when I was doing so much stuff for Stamperia, I put everything on hold because I thought I was going to do more collaborations with them. And when nothing like was moving forward, I was like, all right, well, this year I'm doing my own stuff, you know, and I'm not going to, you know, wait anymore because I have a life, you know what I mean? So I finally dug them all out and I sent them to a company after we got all contracts and stuff signed where they can't, you know, leak any of my stuff or anything like that. And I don't disclose anything about them and they can't do the same. And then after I got that all done and I finally like had a meeting with them and sat down and said, this is what I want. And they said, okay, we can make that happen. So that took like a couple weeks because they're in a completely different time zone. And so then they started working on them. And I kind of tested them out. That's why. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to probably do them in groups of 5 from now on because that seems to work better. And so I did do it this way. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. I may do these corners too. And I'm just yakking. Angela has had the distinct pleasure of seeing everything. So I have the next 7 after that, and I'm really excited about the next 7 because 2 of them are borders that go with, that thing drives me crazy. It's always butting in on my conversation. That go with, I think I'm going to keep that like that because this feels thick. That go with 2 of the, stop it. Do you hear that thing keep going off? Well, yeah, that's the thing is that a lot of people just take, well, are you talking about Stamperia? I had meetings with Stamperia and I got a bad taste in my mouth with them because I gave them like a bunch of ideas that they asked me what I would do for collections, and I told them, and I've seen them give it to other artists and they were my ideas. And that really just put a sour note in my mouth. You know, and when you see other people using your ideas for stuff and it's not even what you would have even done, that makes it even worse. You know? So I was like, okay. And then they were sitting there like, I would submit my artwork stuff, you know, with their collections and everything to them. And then half the time they were not even looking at them or downloading them or anything. Not sharing them anymore on their pages. And I'm like, what the heck? And I was like, okay, well. And then I stopped submitting stuff to them. 0. Not a word at all. Like the last thing I submitted to them was the Master of Magic book. And I worked hard on that book. And they didn't even download the files. And I was like, all right, I'm done. So, and I don't care who hears because I was like, I'm just going to worry about myself. And I'm putting me and my company first. I didn't start my company, you know, to get used by other companies and thrown out like a piece of trash. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sorry. I mean, their papers are gorgeous. I make lots of books and stuff with them. But I'm over, they do the same stuff all the time. Cats, flowers. It's not really anything new. And I'm just like, yeah, I think I can handle it. And then I started designing, like I said, my own stuff. Here's my pinup. You're talking about pinup girls. Look, there's the one you use too, Donna. And see, I mean, I'm capable of doing my own artwork, obviously. So that's what, and I have done so much stuff that, I don't know, I'm just ready for time of me.
Well, the messed up thing is they would take your ideas and give them to another designer to go do.
Yeah, that's what irked me the most.
They would ask you for ideas and then promptly go give them to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, that's not how I fly. I'm going to cut that. Like maybe right there. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm just working on me this time. So, like I said, I've already, let's see, how many, I don't even know how many washi tape collections that are actually done, because some of them, like I said, I'm waiting on 5 to ship now. 7 are being done, and I have 3 that are ready for the next batch after that. But I gotta wait on, them. It takes them a while to do 250 rolls of washi tape, because I do them in groups of 50. I lost my thing. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. And so each collection only has 50 rolls, and I don't do that collection anymore. So once the collection is sold out, that's it, it's gone. But since you guys are on here, I'll show you guys the collection that is coming, because I have the listings ready to go in my Etsy shop. And you get like a whole roll. If they're not pre-cut, they're $12. If they are pre-cut, they're $13.50, and it's 5 meters. So you get double of the images, which is like super good. They're all packaged up and ready to go. The ones that they are working on right now, 4 are going to be pre-cut. 1 is not going to be, because they're all like rectangles pretty much. So that one doesn't have to be. And then 2 of them are border tapes. They're skinnier ones, and they go with the 2 of the other collections. So I like to, combo, coordinate. I think that's what I meant. I know, right? I think that looks pretty good. Should I put this on the front or the back? Uh-oh. Jack's getting all wound up. Ooh, I kind of like that right there. And then I could put, oh, wait a minute. I forgot about this one. How about I put this one on the back? That won't work. I'm trying to decide what book I want to do, though, after this one. Because I like to do inserts in here, but I don't want to make, I try not to customize them too much, because, other people might want to. I love people's journal books, and I think, like, so many people have so many cute books and everything, but when they're so jam-packed that you can't really do anything to make it your own, I'm like, it's pretty, but I want people to be able to do other things in them. Like if they want to add pictures. Like this one is a very kid-oriented book, and I'm planning on selling this book when I'm all done with it. And maybe put that one on the front, and then it's like night and day, kind of thing. And then I'll probably put that one here. That'll look good. Oh, I don't know what Jack's doing, but he's getting all wound up. A little bit. Oh no, that's okay. And I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? Yeah, this rumpus is going all night long. All night. There we go. I guess a rumpus is like a party. Now I'll put some other little doodads in there. Oh, that was the other thing. I was trying to think of the other updates. Okay, so I am losing all, like, Hugh Jackman is not becoming any more likable. And I think he's taken a page out of Blake Lively's book, because I was just perturbed with what I read. Like, him and his wife of 30 years, are getting a divorce because he was unfaithful. Okay? And he wanted her to not say anything about any kind of betrayal or anything like that to the press if they asked, because he doesn't want to look bad, even though he is bad for doing that. And that heifer sat there and was like, because his wife said, well, there was infidelity, because it was his whatever Broadway star. Okay, after she's sitting at home for 30 years, letting him have his career and his dream. She's an actress too, and she stayed home and let him have his dream and his career, and he goes and cheats on her and then gets mad because she tells the public that he was unfaithful. What a narcissist. I mean, he's just making it easier and easier for me not to like him. You know what I'm saying? The nerve to get mad at somebody because you did something wrong. You know what I mean? Oh, gosh. Like, people's mentality these days, to me, that sounds like something Blake Lively did. It's like he took a page out of her book. I know, right? So that it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. All right, I got these little stickies here. I don't need to stick that there. I'll save that one for later then. But I'm just like, it's already bad enough. Men are such pigs sometimes, I swear. And I could say that because my husband isn't, and he would agree with me. He's like, they are pigs. I agree. Jack Nicholson, great actor, but man, the worst. He was super bad with the infidelity, and he don't even care. How many times, I don't even know if he was married, but he's got so many kids that he doesn't even talk to. That's just sad. I'm just gonna add a few little stickies in here, I think. Like, maybe like every other one I will, because I want to leave like them open, like I said, for, where is, oh, but yeah, missing a foot. Been in the bag. But yeah, I just don't. And the sad thing is these men, the only reason like a Hollywood romance never lasts is usually because of either infidelity or schedules, because workaholics, egos, that kind of thing. But in some cases it does work. There's some people that have been married 30 plus years. Either they turn a blind eye or they just don't care. And I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second with that. Just sad. That really, would that work? No, I heard Jack Nicholson is just an a-hole. To be honest with you, I have. I heard also he usually doesn't do interviews hardly at all because he just is such a jerk. Too much fame goes to their big heads. And to me, it's when they win an Oscar. When they win an Oscar, that's it. It just goes to their heads. No. And it's really sad too because they just I don't realize, like, if I was a celebrity, I would be like thanking God every day. I didn't have to struggle with money problems, that I didn't have to sit there and, you could afford the best of the best. If you are sick, you can afford to go to the best places and stuff. And I think they're ungrateful. It's really sad.
George, you need anything? I'm going back downstairs.
No, where'd you get those from?
I bought them
When? Today?
today.
They're a bit short. You're gonna look like Miss Man off a Scary Movie.
Come down to my knees. What do you want? Miss Man?
Yeah, remember?
Oh gosh. I didn't know. I ain't seen that movie in forever. You're gonna give everybody the wrong impression. They're hanging down past my knees. It may not be as long as some of the ones that I have, but they're
All right.
only long enough.
I'm gonna leave these blank right here.
I did not need that mental image.
For like, if pictures or whatever. All right.
You said it's good?
Yep. Yeah, I'm almost done.
We'll make sure Ruby's got some.
All right. There we go. I think. My husband has the typical 40-year-old man sandals. Like, I don't even know what brand they are. The ones that have the thing, and the foot goes in. Like every single kind that every man. I need to find a silver, and I'll put turn, and then I'll put like an arrow this way. And then I may put like little stars or something on there, but I gotta find one. Let me see. I may have one right here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, ha, ha. All right, how's that look? Can't believe I had one. If you want to know what, it's just a metallic silver. You could use a silver Sharpie or something. All right, so here's the front, right here. Here's the back. They partying all night long. And then I kept this the same because I kind of like it like this. Oh, you know what? I had some. What did I do with the stickers? I had some. Oh. Forgot I had these. I could probably put something over here, like this. These are just some vinyl stickers. I'm chasing after the dog. All right. I think that's all I'm going to do, though. Yeah, these eyeballs are wigging me out. Okay, so wild rumpus. Then, and now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. See, I think that goes well with there. Oh, everybody always does that. And I hate writing too. So here they are, wild rumpusing all the way around. Here, let me turn it this way. So there we go. And so it looks like they're in the forest and they're having their rumping thing, rumping good time. So there we go. And I'm so glad I decided to mirror it instead of doing it like the other one. Because that works, I think. Oh, I didn't think about that. Let me do that. Because, yeah, I could put something right here. Oh, there's different stickers in here. I didn't realize that. I thought they were all the same. Oh, look. Wait a minute. Oh, there. I'm gonna make this one crazy. Oh, I didn't even see the bush with all the eyeballs in it. Not cute. This is a cute book, though. Let's see if I can. There we go. It just adds a little something. I can put this. Since this won't go all the way over here. There we go. I think that's all I'll do for that. All right. Oh, all right. I'll show you guys the, whoa, hang on. There's a whole bunch of stuff over here. All right. Since you guys stuck around for my insert thing here, and if you're just joining, you can go on YouTube and see the improvised version of this, but I will work on a tutorial for this particular size and everything, because now I have a video I can go back and see what is what. I got these out. I remember. And what I'm going to do, whoops, pooping out paper.
I have another boo-boo, and it's bleeding.
Oh my gosh. Let's call the press. Put this in here. I don't think, I think it may be a little bit too big to fit into pockets. Maybe. Okay. I don't know if it will fit in here. No, it probably won't, but that's okay. What you can do is, where's that little thing at? I'm just going to take the paper clip.
I put a finger off.
You cut a finger off?
No, I put a Band-Aid on. on my boo-boo.
You did?
Yeah, that will help us.
Alright. I'm just going to leave that. Do this.
I love you, Mommy.
I love you too. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it. You want to see what Mommy made?
Yeah.
Look.
Wow, that's cool.
What do you think they're doing? What are they doing?
Dancing.
They are. Okay, look.
Cool. What's in that little book?
All right, ready? Here,
Yeah.
let me lay it down.
Oh,
See?
ooh, cool. There's a little scribble thing. Let me see
Uh-huh.
it.
Wait a minute, what am I stuck on? Hold on, I'm stuck on something. What am I stuck on? Oh, nothing. I just wasn't turning it. See?
Whoa, let me try.
No, no, no. This is staying in the book. Here, go. Don't knock my stuff over. Does it look cool?
Yeah.
I'll make you one later, and then you can play with that. She can have the one that I do for the tutorial. Oh, yeah, she loves it. All right, where'd that paper clip go? So I'm going to put this in here. I'm just going to clip it on in here for right now until, I mean, it may stay there. I don't know. And then I'll just squeeze it on in there. So what have we made? I don't even remember anymore. Oh, yeah. Okay, so besides the book, let's see. We made this last time. The little fold out thing, and I won't open it. I have a video of him, I think. And then we made the cute little bookmarker. Let me make sure there's no glare on there. Oh. And now we got that one. And then on Tuesday, we'll make some more inserts. I have something else planned. I got to remember what that one was that I wanted to do, and I can't remember now. I'll think about it later. And then as soon as I think about it, I'll write it down. So that way I can. This is why I made the book so thick, is because of that. But I know, well, yeah. So, all right. So the next, okay, I won't be able to see you guys' comments for a second. So let me pull up my, oh yeah, I will. Oh, I forgot I can do this little window thing. I'm going to show you the next set of washi tapes. These are the ones that are on their way. Oh yeah, I have the Etsy listings. Let me do that. Okay, so Gods and Goddesses. Let me move this. Hang on, I gotta move stuff out of the way. There you go. Let me see. I can't even see. Gods and Goddesses. This is what you'll see on Etsy. My lovely designs. Hold on. I'll show you them all. I gotta get out. I'm trying to. And what I did was, they're all Greek gods and goddesses. My watermark is in the background. But, you know, I have their names on there next to them. And lovely little things. Extras. Like armor. And these are for journaling. Or if you make a Greek mythology book, you can add the stickers in there. And let me see. Here's the other one right here. We got all of these guys in there. Lots of goodies. And then the last, is this the last? No, this ain't the last one. Here's the other one. I even did Medusa and, Stone Soldiers. So that's one of the washi tapes that will be in the collection I'm waiting on right now. And then we have the Highland Cows. Let me show you. Here's the Highland Cows right here. See, they're super cute. I did a variety of stuff. I did like, normal looking cows. And there's flowers on it, and like fences and fields and all that stuff. I have no idea what you guys are even saying right now because I can't see. Here's the next one. Just ignore my little watermark here. And then and then there's the next one. So lots of little stuff to journal with or make cards or whichever. And then let me see what I got left. Then, okay, this one is a special one. This one is Labyrinth. And if you've seen it, you've seen it. But this one is the Labyrinth collection that I did. There's that. And then the next one got different little elements in there. And oh, it does have some writing in it too. And then the last one. So these are on the whole roll twice because I do 2 run-throughs of it. Yep, even him. And then we got Black Swan. I did Swan Lake or Black Swan, whichever you want to call it. Lots of black and white ballerinas. I even did ballerinos or whatever you call the male ones. This one's very goth. And there's also roses and flower and black roses, white roses, red roses. Let me see. Where's the other one? Oh, here's the first one. I can't see because there's a glare. So lots of ballerina stuff in there. And all that. Petals. And then here's the other one right here. Other ballerina stuff, swans, bad guys from Black Swan, ballerinos, whatever you want to call them. And then the one collection I'm waiting on the most is this one, Oblivion. And this one is like, okay, this drives my husband crazy, but it's like steampunk, Fallout, post-apocalyptic images, I guess. And this is what those look like. This one's one of my favorite ones right here. So lots of steampunk elements. There's also like some cyborg stuff. Just ignore my watermark. World ending, post-apocalyptic, even hoes. Because, everybody's got to get loving in a post-apocalyptic world. You know what I mean? And we got even curvy girls, corsets, steampunksy, like steampunk stuff out the wazoo. And then here's the next one right here. Got dudes here. Like I said, it's all like steampunky stuff. Hello butt. Cute people. But like I said, it's like Fallout Shelter meets steampunk meets post-apocalyptic meets cyborg. And this one's called Oblivion. And then steampunk gears and whatnot. And then here is the last one right here, because people gotta get loving too. But she got steampunk hat. It kind of tells a story. And and I got like the little rusted pipes in there throughout. But yes, all steampunk. and whatnot. So I think, and that's what's going to be coming hopefully this week. So when you look on Etsy, this is what you'll see for the front cover. So you can do a lot with everything. So those are the 5. You guys get to see it first because you're on my live and you're special. So I like finding you in that. Oh, yes. Okay, so if you haven't figured out by now, I leave Easter eggs in each one of my collections. There is some form of my life in each collection. Okay, Ruby is one of the zombie baby dolls, just to let you know. I'll let you guys figure out which one she is. But yes, I do leave an element of myself in every single one. There are Easter eggs, so to speak. I don't know why I do that. I guess I do that just to see if anybody's paying attention. One of the pinup girls is actually me. Just to let you know. It's my face. I just cartooned myself a little bit. So, yeah. But I try to make it fun. You know. But I always try to see if somebody will notice, but nobody ever does. In the next ones, though, the ones that are being worked on right now, there are noticeable things. Knew it. Of course I did. I'll leave stuff all over the place. Like, you guys know I like pink. So if you see something pink, that's usually because that's me. That's on purpose. You know, and stuff. But since my grandmother, and I'll let you guys in, this is one of the ones that is in pre-production. She doesn't watch Facebook, thank goodness, so she won't know. My grandmother I turned her into a cartoon character, and I created a washi tape collection of her. And every one of those stickers that I created in there has something to do with her life. And I'm not even close to joking. So when you see it and that comes out, because I can't wait to see that one, because I'm going to send that to her. I told her I had a surprise for her, and I was hoping I'd get it to her before she turned 91 in May. But I know. I should do a contest that says name a family member that, and name a family member that's actually in there. One of them in the pinups is actually me when I was like 17, and I turned it into I altered it just a little bit, just a hair, you know. But yeah, so I created a collection of my grandmother as a cartoon character and put it in a washi tape collection, and it's going to be pre-cut because I want her to be able to use them too, because I'm going to send her a roll and use them to make her own cards. She makes her own greeting cards. And so, you know, she likes all that stuff. And there's a lot of things she does like weekly. So that's why I was like, I could totally make Grandma into a cartoon character. And I mean, you guys have seen the videos, if you've seen on my TikTok, like where it said happy birthday to her, because she just turned 91. She's a character. And so every single one of the stickers in there is her. I know, she is. Angela's seen them. I even have a picture of her getting one of my packages. A pink package with pink heart stickers, or pink heart packing tape on it. But yes, it's definitely her. But it looks just like her, and it's freaking me out. You know? So yeah. I don't just do like all weird stuff. I do have a couple of weird ones coming out. But the ones I'm working on right now, oh my gosh. I don't want to brag or anything, but I really know how to make hunky guys. Let me tell you. I showed Jeremy, and he's like, I think you're getting too X-rated. And I said, you hush your mouth. I haven't even showed you the worst one yet, Angela. Yeah, wasn't that one I showed you earlier? Oh my gosh. But there was one that was even, whoa, what is that? One that was even worse than that. So, yeah. I was like, oh gosh. So, yeah, I'm having all kinds of fun just getting them organized and together. So yay. But hopefully those 5 that I just showed you will be here this week. I got everything ready to go. When they are, just look for my video, because I'll do a video of them like I did with the other ones, and I will get them posted to Etsy as soon as I get them. So they're probably giving people crap in customs. I don't know. I'll have to check on them and see. So yep. Yes, exactly. All right, you guys. So I will work on a tutorial that's way more clear than what, we did today. And I'll write down, I wrote my notes down in my book here. So that way I have everything in this book. Look, you guys remember the lavender apartments? Where'd it go? Yeah, the lavender apartments. This is how I sketched them all out. Right here. And I decided how they were going to be, the roof and everything, and the platform. I sketch everything out. It's just my thing. Where was that? Here we go. Yeah, so I got all my little notes all wrote in here in pencil, because if I put it in another color, I'll get confused. I know I worked in pencil. So I'll get all these organized and put it, what is that? Put it on my YouTube so you can go back and watch it. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should be, because I have so many notes. Because that's where I'll be putting all of my tutorials from now on. Oh, this is a Master Magic one. So, like I said, I use this book for everything. If I lose it, I'm going to be really upset. And everything. And dumb it way down, I will. I'll dumb it way, way down. It'll be super, super good. But I do have like list of my designs that I'm going to be working on. When I get inspired, I can do them pretty quick. And a lot of them I already have collections for. I had to make a few more to fill in the washi tape, because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be. I got to get something to drink. I got a bad tickle in my throat now. All right, you guys. Well, I will be on live on Tuesday. I think on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I have a doctor's appointment next week, but I couldn't remember. It was on Monday. So I know it's punishment for eating a cake pop. So I'll be live on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll do some more inserts for this book and get some stuff done, and that way we can get this done and then work on the next book, which will be probably The Wizard of Oz. And I'm going to build Dorothy's house, like actually build it, like sticks and boards and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, you guys all have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday at 5 p.m.